All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Minnesota Vikings because they just lost 31-9 yesterday on the road. Detroit's biggest game in like 40, 50 years. Sam Darnold just had a horrible game. The Vikings offense just had their third worst game by EPA in the whole Kevin O'Connell era. Third worst offensive game in the Kevin O'Connell era. They got little broed. Like straight up, they got little broed. I think Sam Darnold, they played great in the last 2 months, 18 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, previous last 7 games, completed only 18 of 41 of his passes for 166 yards, 43.9 completion percent. Let's look at some of these. The Lions played, folks, this is 3rd and 18. This is TJ Hawkinson. This is just an overshot. And we're going to get the other angle here. So they're rushing it. And that's kind of how I would just describe the Vikings this entire game. They felt very rushed. Sam Darnold got blitzed a lot. All right, the Lions defense played man coverage on 66.7% of Sam Darnold's dropbacks. That's the second highest by defense this entire NFL season, but this is really good. They're rushing to get the ball off. TJ Hawkinson is wide open, and it's just an overthrow, right? And this was the reoccurring theme, but I want to keep you. Maybe my face is going to get in the way here. Let's do this. Look at the bottom left of your screen. All right, Justin Jefferson. It's wide open. He's beaten. I would assume that's going to be Amik Robertson. I can't see too far. But Justin Jefferson is absolutely wide open. Once again, it's 3rd and 18. Detroit's bringing pressure. But I just wish Sam Darnold took his time a little bit more on some of these plays. And we'll get another one right here. This one drives me crazy. So this is a deep shot in one-on-one coverage. Terrion Arnold is on. Let's go back to this. Terrion Arnold is on Jordan Addison, and he whips this. But look at the left side. We'll actually get a better view of this in a second here. TJ Hawkinson in the flat is wide open once again. Now, this is 2nd and 10. All right, so look at the right of your screen here. Folks, before we get any further in today's video, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. We're bringing film studies onto this channel. Let me know if you guys enjoy this. Minnesota, we'll do a deeper, like overall Minnesota Vikings video as the week progresses. You guys have a road matchup on Monday night against the Los Angeles Rams. I'm so happy for you guys that is on Monday night because teams against the Detroit Lions the week after have not done good this whole year. It's a very physical game. You go back to the first loss the Vikings faced was against Detroit, and then they had to go to Los Angeles on a short week. Very glad they get an extra day of rest. But look at TJ Hawkinson. He's wide open. And I'm not trying to critique Sam Darnold on going for the one-on-one shot to Jordan Addison here. But look at this. And I want to set this up. So look at we'll start it from the top. Look at the second wide receiver from the bottom. That's Jalen Naylor. All right, I think it's number 83, right? Now, he runs a nice little route here, and he's wide open. Once again, he's wide open. But by the time Darnold is ready to throw this ball, right now, if you throw this ball with anticipation, Jalen Naylor's wide open. TJ Hawkinson is wide open. Just take the checkdowns, take the easier throws. Sam Darnold, I think, the reason I'm bringing stuff like this up is because the Vikings had like over 60 completions for more than 20 yards, and they were not able to do, I don't believe, a single one. I can fact check it right now. I don't think they had a single, actually they had 2. Naylor 27 and Justin Jefferson 31, but never mind. But the point is, Jalen Naylor, in my opinion, is wide open. TJ Hawkinson's wide open, but I get it. So anticipation. All right, this next clip is beautiful. This is an absolutely beautiful clip by Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings to Justin Jefferson. This is perfect anticipation. This is a A1 throw. You see Kirby Joseph right there at the bottom of your screen. He's blitzing, and he's going to go quite literally untouched to get to Sam Darnold here. Untouched, Anzalone jumps up. He hits it. And this is the Sam Darnold we saw all season. So TJ Hawkinson's moving in motion. Justin Jefferson is the second receiver to your bottom here in the slot. And by the time Darnold throws his football, even just a fraction before it, right here, look at this. If whoever that cornerback is, I think that's Terrion Arnold. If Terrion Arnold, obviously you have the running back right there, so he's not going to go back in coverage. If he goes back in coverage, this is an interception, but it isn't even an interception because Sam Darnold, with anticipation, makes an actual phenomenal throw here. I mean, this is beautiful. And the reason I wanted to set that up is because here is a red zone play, and I got some red zone stats. The Vikings yesterday 4 times reached to the red zone, no touchdowns, right? 3 times having goal to goal, but not scoring a touchdown. 2 failed 4th and goal attempts and a missed field goal. No other team in the NFL in the last 30 years has done all of that in the same game. Now, I know that's like, kind of a hodgepodge of random statistics, but the point is the Vikings visited the red zone on 3 straight drives. This was one of them. This is like 2 plays later. This is 3rd down. Right after that Justin Jefferson 31-yarder. It's funny, we were just talking about 20 plus completions, and the next play I did was one of them. But anyways, Vikings visited the red zone on 3 straight drives. They had 6 total points on those 3 drives. Minnesota passed on 8 of 10 red zone plays, and Sam Darnold completed only one of them for 4 yards. And here's just a stupid-ish kind of just rushing it, throwing it to a TJ Hawkinson one-on-one, back shoulder fade. And the reason I don't like this is because there's no pressure. So Detroit threw the house, and we're going to play a clip after this where Detroit's throwing the house at them. They're blitzing 5, or they're rushing 5, sorry. You got Alex Anzalone blitzing. Aaron Jones does a phenomenal job. And so right now, this is Sam Darnold's about to throw this football. I don't see anybody open. I understand trusting your teammate to run the route, and I totally get it. But one thing I didn't see from Sam Darnold yesterday nearly enough was him using his legs. Only 3 carries for 10 yards. He did have a nine-yarder. As a whole, the Minnesota Vikings, and I keep ranting about this in every Vikings video I make, run the damn ball. Like, I wish they ran the damn ball way more often. I subtracted, so they ran 19 times for 120 yards. That's 6.3 yards per carry. That sounds really good, right? If you subtract Cam Akers' 58-yarder that once again led to just a field goal, I think they made that field goal because Reichard missed one. They averaged 3.3 yards per carry. But this is just, I believe Jordan Addison here's running kind of like a little slant route. We don't see, he could pop back up. Justin Jefferson's getting double teamed. I understand at this current point, nobody is open. And, Hawkinson's got a little bit of separation, but obviously that ball is, not really catchable. But it's just small stuff like this that's, Minnesota's really been getting beat on is offensive red zone. Their defense in the red zone has been phenomenal. And I do think that's a really good sign yesterday that we saw is how good the red zone defense was, just how good the defense was in general. Like, I know you lost by 3 touchdowns, but that's what happens when you don't score in the first quarter and the fourth quarter, whether you're playing the Detroit Lions or you're playing the Chicago damn Bears, right? If you're not scoring in the first or fourth quarter, I have a hard time to believe you're going to win a football game. Now, this one's a little bit different because they literally bring the entire house. And it's funny because another Sam Darnold overthrow, but I don't really necessarily blame him. This is all touch and feel. By the time he throws this, because you got somebody, looks like Brian Branch is jumping for joy right there. This is an impossible, play because they're blitzing literally almost every single guy. They've only got 4 guys in coverage here, and it actually ends up being, potential touchdown. Looks like if Justin Jefferson, kind of ran through this route in the hole, maybe this other angle will show us better. No, it does not. Let's see if Justin hesitates at any point in this drive or in this play here. Little slant. Maybe if JJ keeps running, he catches that football, but obviously it's hard to know because that was like a 2-second clip. I mean, they're just they bulldozed them. They lost the game in trenches. The Vikings offensively lost the trenches. Sam Darnold had to be rushed and, never was able to really get into a flow state. And I find it really annoying when I look at like TJ Hawkinson had 2 catches for 9 yards. He had 8 total targets. And then I showed that clip a couple of plays ago where it's like, he's wide open in the flat. So this is stuff This is stuff Kevin O'Connell and the Minnesota Vikings have literally from this day, 7 whole days to figure this out. And the Rams defense, I know the Lions have everybody and their freaking mother on the injured reserve right now. But honestly, I don't have concerns for the Minnesota Vikings heading to Los Angeles on Monday. But we'll make plenty Vikings videos in the meantime. But folks, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Let me know your thoughts on this style of video, and let me know your thoughts on Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings yesterday. Because by the way, the reason this team lost was not only Sam Darnold. All right, that's it from me.